Hey guys, welcome to a new series related to quick tips for all things smart home. I don't have a name for it yet, so if you have any ideas, let me know down in the comments below. So to start things off, I was scrolling through the update release for ActionTiles, and I noticed one thing that I didn't discuss in the last video. If you didn't catch that one, you can check that out up here. But basically, it's a small update that they probably didn't think too much of, just kind of threw it in there for a few people that needed the support. But basically what it is keyboard support for entering your PIN code for secured tiles. So if you're on a computer or maybe something that has a keyboard attached to it, you can use the keyboard to enter your 4 to 6 digit code, I believe is what is supported. So when I saw that, I got an idea and it actually worked. So let's check it out. What's up guys, it's Drew from Taylor Tech, and on this channel we do smart home tech reviews, installations, and DIY guides. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Alright, so what my idea was to have a Bluetooth pin pad or keyboard or whatever you have laying around that makes sense for you, connected to a Fire tablet or whatever tablet you're using with ActionTiles, and be able to enter that pin pad with the actual keypad rather than using the touchscreen. I personally don't mind using the touchscreen, but I know a lot of people prefer having a physical keypad, my wife for example. So I thought I'd give this a shot and it worked pretty well. So here's an example tablet here. This is a Fire HD 8 and I set up a quick panel for you here just to give you guys an idea with just a few tiles to make it easy. Now if you're wondering how I got this image on the background and this tile here which is pulsing and glowing, that was my last video. You check that out up in the top corner or down in the description below. That's part of their recent update. So I have this tablet here and I have this Bluetooth keypad here. Now this is a keypad that, you know, isn't really meant for something like this. This is for typing numbers, maybe for an accountant or something like that. But I did have this particular one already laying around the house. I used for a project a couple years back actually, and it still works really well. It's pretty simple. There's just a on-off switch on the back, and we have a lot of extra buttons that we wouldn't need to use here, but as a proof of concept it should work, and there should be smaller, more compact ones with just the numbers out there somewhere. I'll leave a link to one down below if I can find one. So once you get the keypad connected via Bluetooth to the tablet, you can see here it says Bluetooth keyboard is connected. You can pretty much use it right straight away. There's no settings in ActionTiles you need to change or anything like that. Basically, the only caveat of this is having to use the arrow keys, which is represented here on 4, 8, 6, and 2, and numlock being the control to change that from numbers to the arrow keys, of course. So right now, numlock is off, and I'm using the arrow keys to be able to control where the pointer, I guess you would call it, is going on the panel. You can see here now it's on the kitchen dome. You may or may not be able to pick it up as well as I can on the camera, but you can see that the opacity and the color changes a little bit when it is being highlighted over. So right now it's on this routine. Now it's on the smart home monitor. If I go up, it's on the negative for the thermostat. Now it's on the positive. If I go down, it's on the garage door and back to the kitchen dome options key, and now on the kitchen dome itself. If I hit enter on any one of these, I can go ahead and control whatever it's on. So the whole point of this is using it with a routine. So let's go ahead and turn this kitchen dome back on. So you can see how simple it is. So let's go ahead and control a routine now. If we go to this I'm back here, that is a routine that basically sets my smart home monitor to disarmed. And if I go ahead and click that, we hit numlock to be able to enter the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are good to go. Then if I want to be able to control something else, I hit numlock again to get us back to the arrow controls here. Now, is this for everyone? No, definitely not. It is just as simple to click there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. It's actually faster to do that. But I do know a lot of people out there prefer having a physical method of controlling something. With this, you don't have to touch the panel at all. It can just be used for viewing, and not to mention, obviously this would have to be used for something that doesn't have a touchscreen built in at all. So maybe you're running a screen off of an old computer, or maybe a Windows 10 stick or something like that. Something like this would have to be used unless you use a mouse, and then there's no way of entering your pin code anyway. So maybe that's a more practical use for this, but either way, you should be able to hook up a Bluetooth pin pad to just about anything that accepts Bluetooth and be able to control your ActionTiles panels now. Now, I can't speak for the battery life of this guy. I've had this for a few years and I've never changed the batteries, but I can't say I've used it very much. If you do leave it on, I would imagine you'd have to reconnect the Bluetooth by touching this button, and then it reconnects right away. So that may be an extra step you would have to do. But if this is something you have to do, then this may be a pretty good solution for you. So that's all I had for this one. If you have any more suggestions that we could use the new keyboard feature for, let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you leave a like down below and consider subscribing. And I will see you guys in the next one.